We're going to talk about the Michigan Healthy School Meals for All program. If you watched Governor Gretchen Whitmer's State of the State address last week, she addressed this program, which provides food and nutrition security for school children and saves families money on their grocery bills by providing meals for the students. She noted that the program not only saves money, but keeps students healthy, and she said in the speech that they're going to keep feeding students and lowering grocery bills. But unless there's action by the state legislature, this program may be in jeopardy. Joining us to talk about that, Colin McDonough, Michigan Government Relations Director for the American Heart Association, which is monitoring this situation. Colin, good morning.
Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me.
Well, pleasure to have you with us. This is a very important program, obviously, that has been in effect for about, like 2.5 years. And tell us a little bit about how this program works.
Yeah, so basically at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, the federal government issued waivers that allowed states to provide no-cost breakfast and lunch to school students across the country. And in July of 2022, that program ended. So what we're looking to do in July of 2023, Michigan created the Healthy School Meals for All program that funds no-cost breakfast and lunch for all 1.4 million public school students in Michigan. And we're looking to ensure that that program becomes permanent.
And to do that, the American Heart Association's kind of marshaled the troops, so to speak. Some organizations joining you to kind of address this situation. Who's on board on this, Colin?
Yeah, well, we have over 100 groups and individuals now. The groups that have been working primarily with the American Heart Association on this have been No Kid Hungry Michigan, the School Nutrition Association of Michigan, and the Michigan School Meals Coalition.
And we're talking with Colin McDonough, Michigan Government Relations Director for the American Heart Association, about Michigan's Healthy School Meals for All program. So what now has to happen to make this program a permanent program in our schools?
Yeah, so basically there have been two bills that have been introduced, Senate Bill 500 and House Bill 5042. And what these programs would do is work in tandem to ensure that this program exists year over year. In September of last year, the Senate Education Committee held a hearing on Senate Bill 500, and that bill was subsequently passed out of committee. Now, the state legislature has been in a little bit of flux in terms of how much they are actually in session. They just regrouped back a couple weeks ago in January, and we hope to be working with state legislators in the governor's office to ensure this program move swiftly through the process and that we have some consistency and clarity for students, families, and schools.
Are you working on a particular deadline for making this happen?
Well, the faster, the better, really. So what we want to ensure is that schools and students and families all have the knowledge of where that next meal is going to come from. So from an administration standpoint, this is a program that needs to be stood up. And in order to do so, we need to provide an adequate timeline for those who are working inside schools to ensure that they have everything they need to succeed. So the faster, the better. We're actively meeting with legislators on both sides of the aisle. We're meeting with the governor's office. And really what we saw when this was passed in the last fiscal year budget, we saw a bipartisan support for this issue, and we really want to make sure that people know this is about ensuring food and nutrition security for Michigan students. This is about providing better lives and ensuring that students have what they need to succeed inside and outside the classroom.
For those who may want to look into more information on this topic, can they find that online?
Yes, you can absolutely visit our coalition website. It is www.yourthecure.com/Michigan School Meals.
We've been talking about the Michigan Healthy School Meals for All program and the effort to make it a permanent program here in the state of Michigan, with action expected by the state legislature, or hoped for by the state legislature very soon, with Colin McDonough, Michigan Government Relations Director for the American Heart Association. We'll continue to follow this, Colin, and thanks so much for bringing us up to speed on it.
Thank you, Ken.